Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Alain. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Dolly Parton, and I'm going to share some wisdom from her, a couple of quotes that might just help you during tough times. So that's today's agenda. It's Warrior Wisdom Wednesday, and these quotes from Dolly and the way Dolly lived her life embraces a lot of your warrior's edge, as I like to teach it. So I have a picture up on the screen, her and the books. One of the things I loved about her and that she did was the program for giving books to kids, millions of books to kids all over the world. And I just think that is awesome. Interesting enough, Missoula right now has a few billboards with Dolly and that program giving the books to kids. There's one right by the Frugals. And if you remember a few days ago on my social media, it was Saturday because it was after I visited the hospital. My wife and I visited the hospital, a friend of ours who ended up passing away the next day. So this would have been Friday because he passed away on Saturday. So it would have been Friday after we visited the hospital. We stopped at Frugal's on the way home just to grab a burger, and because it was after dinner time and we didn't want to go home and cook after the hospital visit. But we're in line waiting to order at the drive-through Frugal's, and that big giant billboard of Dolly's was there and discussed how she gave so many books, and that was such a cool program. And then now we find out that, Friday was the day she went in the hospital, and then she passed away yesterday. So pretty sad because she was just beloved by everyone. She crossed the boundaries. It didn't matter who you were or what you believed. You most likely liked Dolly, loved Dolly. Even if you weren't a country music fan, you didn't have to like country music to like and love Dolly because she crossed different borders. I mean, you ever hear her Stairway to Heaven version? Awesome. I mean, actually, a couple of years ago, she came out with all those rock tunes that she sang, and she collaborated with a lot of top rock artists and sang those songs. Yes, she's a country music icon, but she's so much more. And so we really lost a good one losing her because she's just a good person. So I want to share a couple quotes that could maybe help you in difficult times or get through some things. These all come from Dolly Parton. The way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you got to put up with the rain. You'll never do a whole lot unless you're brave enough to try. If you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another one. Storms make trees take deeper roots. Dreams are of no value if they're not equipped with wings. All of those short little quotes have some good wisdom in them. And I've been a Dolly fan since a little kid. And I remember when I was in the military, the Kenny Rogers Dolly Parton Christmas special came out. That was back in the 80s. And I had that cassette tape. And anybody at Fort Bragg that was with me with the 82nd Airborne Division remembers me playing Dolly Parton's Winter Wonderland, not only at Christmas, but at different times when we came in from field exercises. I loved that song. Didn't matter what time of year it was. We came back from a field exercise. I played Winter Wonderland with Dolly Parton. Just sort of a running joke I had there for a while there at Fort Bragg. I have that on CD now. Don't have the cassette anymore like I was playing at Bragg, but I do have that Christmas CD. Have her other Christmas CDs, and I have a lot of her CDs because she just was an awesome entertainer. I regret never having gotten to see her live. That would have been a concert I would have enjoyed. Actually even talked about going to Vegas when she was planning that Vegas residency last year that unfortunately got canceled because of her health. Just a remarkable star. I'm going to say hello to a couple people before I read this last quote. Jay is here, and Jay said, sadly, what a great loss to the world. Agree, Jay. Thad is here and said, rest in peace, Dolly. Thank you for being here, Thad. Dixon said, the next tropical storm in the Atlantic, coincidentally, will be named Dolly. And, you know, I heard somebody yesterday, or I saw it on one of the social media channels, saying they should replace George Washington's picture with Dolly Parton's picture on the $1 bill, and then we could call it the Dolly bill. And I sort of like that. Dixon also said, a true warrior who fought not with punches and kicks, but rather heartfelt lyrics. She did. You know, she did a lot in so many songs. What remarkable talent. You know, and if you've seen her story where she grew up, and I mean, it's just a remarkable woman in all accounts, with the music and the TV and the movies, helping kids with reading, the other charity things, Dollywood, just a remarkable woman, and that all she did in her 80 years. I'd like to end today with one more quote of hers before I head off, but it'll give you something to think about and remember her by. You can wish your life away, but if you're going to dream, you're going to have to get out. And like I always say, you have to put some wings on them dreams, and some feet and fingers and some hands. They got to get into some stuff. You can't just sit around and think of all the things you want to do. You've got to think of what you want to do, and then you've got to get out and make that happen. And that's a philosophy I've been trying to teach for years. And obviously, Dolly Parton has been an influence on me 40 years. And I hope some of the little wisdom I shared today will influence you and help you be a better person and make the world a better place like she did. Now, one more quote I'll bring up here. Rainey said, Dolly Parton's wisdom is truly inspiring. Yes, it is. It definitely is. She is an inspiring woman, and I hope that she will continue to inspire people to be good humans, good people, treat people well, and make the world a better place like she did. Everybody, have a Dolly wisdom-filled day, and I'll be back to see you tomorrow.